Welcome to the Cryptic Commander on YouTube. We're proudly sponsored by North Valley Games, where you can go to northvalleygames.com and save 10% off your orders. We're sponsored by the Hobby Goblins. We're partnered with Magic the Gathering Player Group. You can find them on Facebook. And we're also sponsored by Cosmic Gaming. Anyway, today we're going to do a little bit of historic, but we're going to do a deck that I like to put together myself. I call it Counters 2.0 because I've adjusted this a few times, but essentially it's a counters deck. We're going to start here with Swarm Shambler. It's a 1-drop. Swarm Shambler enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it. Whenever a creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it, which in this deck is pretty much every creature, on it becomes a target of a spell an opponent controls, create a 1/1 insect creature token. If I have like all three of these in the battlefield, I'll trigger all 3 times. 1 mana, or 1 generic, tap it, put a 1/1 counter on this, which is nice that I can do it my opponent's turn. Contortionist Troop. X on green, so it's a 2 mana or turn 2 or for however many turns I want to play this. It enters battlefield with X 1/1 counters on it, or X is paid. It has Coven. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers on it, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. This is one of my favorite. It's one of the MVPs about this deck. So X and 1 green, so essentially it's another the Contortionist Troop. So Trample, which is nice. This enters battlefield with X 1/1 counters on it, split. When this creature dies, if it had 2 or more 1/1 counters on it, create a token that's a copy of it at the beginning of the next end step. That token enters the battlefield with half that many +1 counters on it, rounded down. Next, Luminarch Aspirant. It is unfortunately gotten nerfed. So at the beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Kappa Wrecker. This is just in here because it's the Ninja Turtles in here essentially for the mystery removal, which sometimes decks will run that. And then we have Rangers class, which is another nice card into this deck. 1 generic and 1 green. To enter the battlefield, create a 2/2 wolf. 1 generic and 1 green. Whenever you attack, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature. Pay 3 into green. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library, and all 3 modes be activated all at once. This is one of the cards that's least useful late games, but early games it comes out in clutch sometimes, just removing a bolt or a shock or something essentially. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on target creature vehicle you control. Then you can channel it for X and a green, which I barely do. Discard this card. Put X 1/1 counters on target land you control. It becomes 0/0 spirit creature with haste. It is still land. So sometimes later on I just gotta channel this, so it's just a dead card in my hand. Orn Reef Ooze. 2 generic, 1 green. Whenever this creature enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Whenever this creature attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each attacking creature with a 1/1 counter on it. This is a new addition to the deck, and I apologize if I messed up the name. Jing Yangu, Wildcrafter. Each creature you control with 1/1 counter on it has tap 1, add for 1 from any mana. This is mainly in here for these 8 creatures. It's a 3 mana, a 2 generic, 1 green, -1. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature, and +3. This is here just essentially to get some of these 6 drop out, maybe even to be able to pull off this land, just essentially for the X drops. And then we have Renata, which is also a newer addition. This is why there's only 1 in here. 2 generic, 2 green, X3. Its power is equal to your devotion to green. Each creature you control that enters the battlefield with an additional 1/1 counter on it. And then because this might actually get Earth might come out for more Renatas. Halana and Elena Partners. This is an MVP to the deck. A lot of times I can put counters on this and then make the jelly really big, and it should win the game right there. So for 2 generic, 1 red and 1 green, first strike, reach. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put X 1/1 counters on another target creature you control, where X is this creature's power. That creature gains haste until end of turn. And then for 4 mana and 2 green, Hexproof. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put 2 1/1 counters on another target creature you control. It's a 4/4. When it becomes a becomes a werewolf. My apologies, everyone. A Hexproof. Other permanents you control have Hexproof. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, put 2 1 counters in each, not another, each creature you control, Nightbound. Now, how to essentially switch this is if somebody plays no cards, it flips over to the werewolf. If somebody plays 2 spells, then it goes back to becoming a human werewolf. And then two plains, 2 mountains, 5 forests. The pathways, 4 pathways, another 4 pathways, and 4 strongholds. The reason this being is yes, enters tap, but 1 green, 2 white, sacrifice it, put a 1/1 counter on each of the 2 target creatures you control. They gain vigilance and lifelink at the end of turn. Sometimes I just need those blockers, and then I'm going to end up being able to have an advantage. So within the sideboard, disenchant 2 of them to be able to deal with artifacts and enchantments. Lion Sash over Scooze because it hits it does more things in my opinion, and the fact that I can reconfigure it. Lower Hold Command, the main reason this is here is mainly for board wipes. So creatures you control get +1/+1, gain indestructible and haste. That's essentially all it's here for. Tormod's Crypt for Graveyard, Lion Sash for Graveyard, but Tormod's Crypt hits it a lot more. Taming Safekeeping to be able to give our creatures indestructible and hexproof. Subtle Wreckage is just in case we're hitting a really aggro deck, and Primal Light is more removal spells. I might want to cut it, another Lore Hold for removal, but it just does so much, and technically it does removal on its own as well. Alright, well let's go ahead and get started in this Historic. I'm going to probably play about 5 or 7 games. Alright, we are ready. Flaccid Pancake. Would that just be a crate? We're going to play 3 games since we're doing best 2 out of 3 just to see what happens. Okay, with this, I have 3 X's, the 4 X's, and a 2-drop. What I'm probably going to do is just stick with this because I can play this hand with only 2 mana, which is surprising, but I'm going to keep it. Play the white, hide my hand as best as possible right now. So yeah, essentially what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play out the 2 ranger classes right now and hold off, wait till I'm going to have 3 creatures, or I could also go the way of having just these 3 creatures, but since with only 2 lands, that might be iffy. But for now, okay, so my plan, yeah, play the green, ranger class, get the biggest creature I possibly can, and then either I'm going to, if I can get a land, I'm going to upgrade this, and then shamble attack. If I can't get a land, then I'm going to get another ranger class and get another 2/2 out. Alright, my opponent is doing a lot better than me right now, so Simic is what I'm looking at. Snow covered, so I wonder what snow covered shenanigans they're up to. I'm not very up to date with Historic. Oh, what is this? So 4 mana, Key of Archive enters the battlefield tap. When Key of Archive enters the battlefield, draft a card from its spellbook, then discard a card. Tap it, add 2 mana, any combination of those colors. Okay, so I have a land. So essentially, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead, play another Rangers class. I'm going to do a little bit different than what I said last time. I know I said, oh wait, I forgot. So I could only play one because I was thinking in my head, oh, I have multiple green now. Can't. So what I should have actually done is upgraded the Rangers class and then attack. That would have been my best bet of play. I jumped the gun instead of thinking. I was so fascinated by, ooh, shiny. So I messed up there. Honestly, if I could get 1 more mana, getting a troop out and upgrading a class was probably my best bet. If I can get a land, that'd be great. Not a land, but that's still good. So if I evaluate this I don't want to play. I don't want 2/2s. I want to upgrade this or play this, but I don't have a bunch of counters and things. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade. only trigger once. I'm going to attack because they're not going to want to block. Alright, we got it. Sweet. So I'm not going to block, but it looks like I could. So I'm nowhere near the danger zone. As for me, the danger zone is 10 mana. And then that causes lynching. So my opponent has all the manas. So Ugin would be awful to see. Okay. Lands, not so much, but we do have a handful of stuff. Running on 3. So, you know what? Yeah, let's activate this. So now that we have showing, let's just keep our opponent guessing what exactly we're doing and just go on. No, we're going to hold back. Yeah, we're going to hold back the smaller one, and we're going to just be super aggressive and just pump the chams, pump it up. So no, they have to double block essentially to kill it. I doubt. Oh, really? This is what I doubted. Okay, no, they did double block, which is great. Alright, well that sucks. Search exactly what they need for, so now they can just win the game. I'm curious what they searched up for. What, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Ooh, but I have no spells, artifacts, and instants, so that's great. Well, I might have some. Well, I have spells. Alright, we're not gonna block, but essentially, artifacts, instants, and sorceries, I don't have it. Here's an enchantment, but that's no use right now. Best bet, honestly, is play one of these. And play it for 2. The reason is, this is now I'm going to be able to attack into this and have. No, I would have to do 2 attack, and then, yeah, this is not great, because I can't really double attack. So the effect of the troop isn't going to be effective this turn, but it's there. And then I can set up. So I have the setup to have the troop going up. If I get a land, I'll definitely go Roaring Earth land and hit the setup there, but if not, then I gotta play my 1/1. So they can double that up. But it's best 2 out of 3, and my opponent's seen barely any of my deck, so I want to try to win without playing more spells than I already have. They know I have 2 cards in my deck, essentially. Well, 8 cards, theoretically. So if I can keep going in at them, and I'm trying to activate this, so my plan right now is a Swarm Chandler, okay. Now I might not be able to activate the plan because they just search for a creature, and I'm going to have to start going big as quickly as possible. So I need to spit these people out. So if I can get another green source, essentially, is what I need to do. Which I can play this and get a green source. I'm just going to be defenseless. Okay, I'm not as defenseless as I thought it was going to be. They haven't activated that yet, so we have to activate that. And since I can get how big to essentially we can just keep growing and getting bigger. Yeah, I'm just going to take this for now. Okay, I got another green source. It's tapped, but yeah, right here. This is the way I can activate it. Got a 3. No, I'm not attacking the 2/2. I'll spread the love. And now I have 3 different, and I'm able to put another counter on something. Make me grow that. So next turn, since everything is a counter, and I need to go all offensive, I think I'm just going to play the Oran Reef Ooze. Because if I play the Oran Reef Ooze, I'm able to put a counter on that, and now I can just keep attacking with the whole team, and they're all spellbound. Luckily, my deck is essentially doesn't care about Jin. I think the best bet is just to play both my Contortionists. If I can get another land, that would be nice, but if not, I'm just playing both my Contortionists and loading up with my classes. They don't have counterspell mana. Alright. That's okay. It sucks. I'm gonna have one less effect, but I'm fine with that. Now this time around I can't because I'm already gonna play both of these. So I'm going to have to block because I'm near the danger zone and I don't want to dip into it. Okay, so yeah, I didn't get a land. Pay one. Pay back. Get another one. Now if I attack everything, it's getting through no matter what. But this isn't smart because I'm going to have to go block there, so I'll attack with the 1 to play defensive. So then a 9, so they either have to block or they go down to 9. And now I get 3 triggers, so I need this to go up to 6, just so I can block Jin. And then I'm going to go ahead and bump one of these up to, to keep the evenness going. We got a turkey of troops. Now would be the best bet to play the Ornery Flues. Just I needed there to be able to get my power aggressive over how big the 5/5 is. And this sets me up for the rest of the game. Bounce spells, mass bounce spells would be awful. But the fact that they can now just draw extra cards and play spells, draw extra cards, get Jin bigger, is a bit of an issue. So now I'm going to have to sacrifice a troop. It doesn't have trample, which I can wait until the end of my turn. Play this. You know what? It might be time for the jelly to come out, but I'm going to wait for I'm going to play this, and then probably, the swarm. Unless a land comes out, then another ranger's class. But I'm going to play my planeswalker. So yeah, I got to sacrifice one of these. He doesn't have. Okay. Like they were doing it all on my turn? Oh shit. Okay, no, they weren't. Okay, land. We're going to play red, so land first. So since we're not playing any creature this turn, we're going to go ahead, get my red source, put another counter on something. I'm going to grow this or get this to the 7. I want to grow this, just to be able to force them. We're going to go ahead, play first Planeswalker. Now that I have all this mana, but I'm not going to use that mana because I need to be defensive. Let me go ahead, Rangers class it up. I do have mana to work with, but I'm not going to use it. And now I'm going to go attacking. And we still have all of these going on, so I'm probably just going to buff up just one troop. Yeah. So now I'm bigger than Jin, and even if they draw 2 cards, so I'm drawing 1. So I'm going to get 2 counters to a 9. So now I have to go back and be able to have a bigger creature to have just chump block, essentially. But I need to play the jelly. I'm going to play the jelly for all my mana. Yeah. Unless they leave up counterspell magic, because right now they have a chance to counterspell. But if they use all their mana to put in the clock, then... So if they leave up counterspell mana, the jelly, okay, they didn't, but they still have 2 blue mana, so they even have more than that. Okay, so right now they still have counterspell mana. If they spend it or not, that's And that, because they could have a counter spell. And I could also just attack with everything next turn. Yeah, just attack with 2 creatures. And then... Oh, okay, yeah, there's... Alright, 1 game 1. For that, I don't really know what to get into this blue deck. These are all about drawing cards. And essentially, yeah, self-draw cards with a bunch of mana ramp. So they might have a counter spell, so I just play around the counter spells and they'll draw their deck. They got the exact pieces they wanted. They played a tutor card and got the pieces and still didn't win off their tutor, so I think I'll be fine. I know I said multiple different numbered games, but I want to see how I'm feeling. Okay, so since I have these different pathways for white here and green here, I can do it turn 1, green, turn 2, white, and then I have something else to play. I'll probably play this turn 3. So yeah, I'm going to keep it. I won't have my red mana for my 4-drop that gives counters during combat, but I can at least play this out because my mana's fixed. Alright, green stores, turn 1 play, and turn 2. And now I can play these on 2 mana, but here I need to draw land, so we'll see what happens. No lands, unfortunately the red source is going to be gone, so I can get the turn 2 play. And I'm going to build up to this actually, since this is going to come out as a 1-drop. I'm going to need to make something a 2. I'll make itself a 2. I'm going to have to... Triggers will be different. So yeah, I need to grow something this into a 3 before I play this eventually. Oh no, they're scooping. Good game. GG's. Alright, that's game 1. Yep, this is essentially a homebrew. I liked what I can't remember, Luminarch Aspirant does, essentially, and I was like, you know what? There's a deck. There's got to be a deck, and I kept building it, and I kept working, and I kept going at it, and I eventually figured this out. I like it. Curious how you all feel about it. Let me know down in the comments what you think I could do any tweaks. This is historic. It originally was a standard deck, and I only have recently tweaked those 2 cards that I've added, the Planeswalker and Renata, recently. So if there's any other historic cards that y'all think I should add to this deck, or if there's any tweaks in the sideboard you think I should do, or if I should worry about having the Ninja Turtle in the main board, it's up to y'all. Good thing we play first, because it's the advantage. Okay, so here I can play 2 mana. Speaking of Ninja Turtles, I'm behind, but the fact that I can play low, I'm going to try this because I only have 1 4-drop and the rest I can play low. That's a nice advantage about this deck. So I have to decide which one of these 2 cards I want to play. They have a bigger creature. I can get that with that touch. So I'm going to set up the Ninja Turtle play. Play out my land. Because I want to attack essentially with that, block, and use the death touch to be able to pull it off. Not a lot of people expect ninjutsu. So life gain, graveyard, lands. Don't know what's going on here exactly. So no, okay, so no, they're going on the defensive, which is still nice for me. Oh, and Aspiring, does that change things? So here if I attack, they're really going to block. I'm sure they're going to want to save it. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and combat. They should block. Any smart attacker. Yeah, that's just... Oh, wait, what? Oh, what happened? Why didn't I... Did I miss with the ninjutsu? And unblocked. Oh, shenanigans. I completely forgot that ninjutsu means unblocked. That's on me, folks. So I messed up. Yeah, any smart player would block. Of course, any smart player would block. Well, let's misplay 1 of the game. Razor Cola got it up on me. Having that is definitely important for kill spells and removal and just making it big throughout the game. So that's something let's see if I lose. There is game 2 and possibly game 3. Because I was playing so low, I needed to at least be able to sometimes just pump it up if I'm not getting lands. That's something I can use. Actually, that's really good that I can use. I'm just going to play it as a 1. Because this, if it dies, I'll be able to make a copy. It has to have more counters on it. So eventually if it has 2 counters, it ends up making a 1-1. It has 4 counters, makes it 2-2. And they're getting just bigger than me right now, so this is not good. I really feel silly about that, but I gotta stop beating myself over in ninjutsu. I just need to read the cards back. Okay. You know what? It's not worth attacking. The reason I say that is they just can double or triple block and just kill my thing that's giving me counters. And now I have this setup with the troop where I can start putting 2 counters on the end of my turn every time. If I get a land, we're going with Roaring Earth. If I don't get a land, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to play. So this is definitely a lot of mana ramp they're playing with the Enrage, mana ramp. This is technically mana ramp. Alright, I didn't get a land, so I'm going to hold off with that. You know what? No, I'm just going to play Roaring Earth. Yeah. Not an attack, and just let my creatures grow. This is the one I really should be building up. What I should be doing is focusing both these only in this, and then just attacking with it. That's the best strategy I should be playing. Right now I want to have just get big with them, and hope they don't have a kill spell for my jelly. It'd be awesome to get lands. I hope I'm playing enough lands. It looked like it. I did make a huge mistake there still, what I'm paying for. But I wouldn't have had even the mana to use it so far. They're not attacking since I'm a chump blocker. So it may not even be that big of a deal, but in the late game, it might be. Just because of all this subtle life gain they're getting. Speaking of life gain. Alright, they're growing that, which that becomes a 3-4. Okay, 3-4. I'm just going to have to be bigger, which I already have 1 bigger. I need that mana right myself. No, even bigger stuff to play. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get another Earth out. And then I'm just going to focus both of these into here, but I can't. I need to spread it out. Wait, no, cancel attackers. No attacking. And then, so I'm going to make this bigger, and then I'm going to make that bigger. And even I need to spread things out. But now I can block any of their creatures. They can't attack me. I can block any of their creatures. They can't attack me. Now they're able to play their game plan, essentially. They can play their deck's game plan, so this gives them a huge advantage. But how big is their deck? 233 card special, so they have no idea what they're doing. They're just going to play it. This feels like it's going to be a long haul. So as long as they don't have any tutors, I might actually have a chance at winning because of this jelly. It may sound weird, but the reason I say that is if I can just swing in with this, it dies. Now I get a half a creature, and I keep pumping it, swing in with it, it dies, but it has trample. So now that it has trample, it can keep getting through. Rangers class, that was good to see. No attacks yet. I should attack this 5/5, but they have multiple blockers. I want to wait till it gets a little bit bigger and not be risky. Not risking it for the biscuit. Right, with this, not yet. If we can get lands to get to this card, that would be good. And we definitely like having the 2 Kappas, because having these, I don't know what our opponent knows what they're doing. It's just they hate mill. They don't want to deal with mill. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be pumping this up to be able to pump this up as a 5, because I feel comfortable with a 5 and working from there. What it really should be as a 6 would be great, but I don't have that choice because this got nerfed. I don't know what our opponent's doing. Thinking about attacking or not. We get the whole advantage because we have the 3 biggest creatures on the board, essentially. If it wasn't for this 2-3, we'd be tied for the 4 biggest creatures. So our opponent's going to use a timeout. Alright, are they going to just time things out? Nope, there, okay. More mana rampant, so alright, well. Alright, land. Sweet. Ooh, there's our red source, and we get 2 triggers. So now I'm just going to go both triggers here. Just because now I know for a fact I'm at least getting a 3-3. Attack with that. I need to hit the control because I messed up something. Can I do this instant speed? I can't do this instant speed. That's only sorcery speed. Okay. No, I'm fine with that. Damn. I messed up there. I would have activated this first to be able to pump it up. They're gaining that life, that's fine, but I got my jelly that I'm going to grow again. Alright, I feel foolish. So I want the jelly at the beginning, when it dies, I had more. And at the next end step. So these happen first, no matter which one happens. So my jelly doesn't grow like I wanted it to. But I still need to keep this going, so I'll go ahead and pump both of these up at least. Okay, so this, I gotta let that grow up again. And that's a problem, not having removal spells. That's even a bigger issue. So I need to get my 4th mana and the 6th mana real quick. The life gain isn't that big of a problem. The problem right now is I'm having a 15-15, and I can't grow as quickly as I want to. So, you know what? I just gotta play the Death Touch. That doesn't have trample. Yeah, that's no trample, so I just gotta play the Death Touch creature. And not attack and let my stuff grow. So I'm gonna have to keep growing this until I have something as big as a Shia. Death Touch, I can just hold that off, then I have a backup one. And if I somehow deal combat damage, I can get rid of one of these 3, which this is probably what I'm going to be getting rid of, just because I see their deck is mainly mono green. Oh, that's not good for me. It's going to kill at least 2 things, and all of my creatures must hit block. Okay, if I had kill spell, I'd definitely kill that, but I can't. No kill spell. So that's sideboard. I got 2 kill spells, technically 5 kill spells, so that's something I can bring in. But also I'm just worried about 1 creature. But this is another creature, the 3-drop couldn't even do it. The fight, I don't have a creature big enough, so even my kill spells in my sideboard isn't very useful, and I'm not running black. I do have white where I can put some better I can put that 2-drop that exiles the planeswalker or creature in my sideboard instead of fight spells. That might be what I need to do. Okay, another land. Goodness. Okay, so now I can get this, both of those, get it on my jelly. My deck's coming together now. So now I'm going to start feeding both of these into this, because it's just going to keep growing and becoming massive. And now I'm just going to have to shunt block, or use this for Death Touch here. So no attacking. Growing Helena and Elena. And pass. And now keep growing, using this to grow the jelly, using both of these to grow here, using this to grow the jelly, using both of these to grow here. I have my Death Toucher. There's Shia. But the issue is that they attack with the one that everything has to block, so I have to all block, and then I'm just dead. So they take this 2 turns to be... Well, actually, no, I don't tap. What am I thinking? For some reason in my head, it's when I was thinking about tapping. But no. The smart thing would do to attack Shy, but I have Death Toucher, so that cancels that out. They're having so many threats, I can't really attack because they have a 21-21. So they're going to keep mana ramping out of their 200 plus card deck. They have 214 cards left. Alright. Don't have doubles. I could always just activate that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and take my turn to level up. Now I can just look at the top. Alright, so plussing up here. Passing. So it's going to be a 19-19 next turn. And then I'm nowhere near the 22-22. Well, I am near it, but nowhere near where I feel comfortable to be bigger than this. We will attack through, and I'm going to get some things, because they still have a 6-5. 5-7, and a bunch of different creatures. So I'm going to wait a little 2 or 3 turns before I use the jelly. The problem is, and I don't know if my opponent's paying attention, is the creature that makes all my creatures was blocked, and I'd be able to get rid of 3 of my threats. So it's first strike. Oh, wait a minute, first strike. Having all blocking within the first strike gets through, so it wouldn't be an issue. I can't believe I forgot that the whole time. I feel like I need a refresher on Magic. Yeah, they can keep playing their stuff. The problem is how big their board state is, and mine at 19 life. That's the problem. If I could get up to 6 mana, I'd be okay. Getting to 6 mana in 2 turns. 24-24. Still can Death Touch. Overall, how much they have. What is that? I just full on swing. 42 life. A bunch of creatures on the board. They're bragging, or they're just thinking and freaking out over how much I have going on. Or they're just playing me, or just wanting to play some Magic. I don't know. Curious. Alright, opponent. What else you got going on? Yes, you draw a lot of cards. Lands in your graveyard. Really have a counters going on, just here. Also, they still have... Oh, they finally dipped into 100s. Now my opponent just straight up kill me by just attacking with low board state. So, what am I doing? What was I doing? I was not smart enough. Yeah, I just need to get the bodies out for blocking. Oh no, they can kill me. They can just attack with everything and force all my creatures to block the one, and I'm dead. So I'm dead. Died. I'm just gonna... Yeah, because where's the creature? Yeah. So all creatures able to block this creature do so. What they do is they attack with everything. I am forced to block that one, so I'm just attacking with all my creatures. I'm going to declare that I am dead on board state. So essentially I'm going to go swinging and see what happens. I know I can't kill them, but at least I can knock down where there's so many creatures knocked down that I don't think they can kill me. They do actually, wait. Yeah, I have the death touch blocker, and I can at least stop that Aisha. Alright, down to 12. So they can't take another one of those. And I'm going to keep the death touch. I can blow something up. You know what? I'm going to take that action. Blow this up so they can't play lands out of the graveyard anymore. Yeah, I'll grow that again. So now they just kill me on the swing back. On the crack back. Yeah, they just kill me, so I'm just going to the next game. I'm not gonna waste y'all's... Oh, wait. Is there a chance to win? Because I have trample. Part of me wants to just scoop. If they go to combat and they just swing with everything, I'm just scooping. Actually, let's see how much combat damage they can do. They can kill me in this turn. No, I'm done. I don't want to play this game anymore. I want to try to kill them quicker. I don't want this shenanigans happen. There's such a giant board state that it's a board stall and it's such boring for me to even play. So let me think. They're not attacking, but I can take that out. Prey upon. Doesn't really help. I don't know what their 200 plus card special is, but Settle the Wreckage might be smart. Yeah, I'm going to go and take one out here, and then plus that. Since this is legendary, I'll take one of those. No, I shouldn't. I'm going to put that in. Actually, you know what? Royal Earth. I'm going to -1 Royal Earth and put back in. But what I saw, I need this. Disenchant. No, Disenchant was just nice. They have so many cards that I don't think that is. I'm going to put that back. Okay, we're going to run it like this and hope we can get through a quick game. We're definitely going to take the play. Alright, we have a 2-drop, we have a 4, which we can't play the 4, and then the 6, so... you know what? No, I want to be fast, so we're not... Oh, I accidentally hit keep when I thought I hit mulligan. Oh well, we're keeping a really sketchy hand against a really sketchy opponent. So 250 cards is the deck limit, I bet. Hopefully we can just draw into land. So we can draw into a red source and then draw into another land. That'd be great. But the whole game plan is Rangers class. Alright, raise the cola. What we got going on? I'm gonna have to learn how to edit more properly so that I can just like okay, now they're actually done doing this. Shouldn't? What's going on? Is that timer? Okay. So glad. Arena used to not have the top personal timers. So we're gonna have a minimum of 16 more minutes left to play. Oh, okay, your opponent finally lets us play. Gonna go ahead, just play our tapped land. Alright, not what we were looking for, but we'll take it. What I was looking for is some action. But I guess lands to play this out. We need one more land. We're just going to be PG keen. Alright, cool. And we're golden. So now we can just do what our deck wants to do and we can get cruising. The only problem is none of those lands are green. I mean red. Of course some of them are green. I meant red. You needed that. But we can just cruise on to this and just hopefully win the game with our wolves. Why are you taking forever, Cola? We've drawn so many lands, I really... Oh yeah, we're going to take that action. We're getting a red land. Or red. Got our mountains, but now we got our red source. I can definitely play that instead of upgrading here. Oh, we're not even going to lose out on our bonus. But we don't have any whites. Much as I want to play this as another green, we need a white source here. Play that. Alright, so now we have this pretty good setup, I'd say, with our counters from Helena and Alana, and then we have our Rangers class adding in. We've got this game as long as they can play no defenders, and with their deck as big as it is, Instrument of Bards is probably exactly what they wanted. Alright, because this game's taken so long, we're probably just going to play one more game to keep the video short. Unless it's like a super quick video. But the downside of it having a 250 card deck is when the timer isn't against you and you're bardsing, the Instrument of the Bards. Ting, ting, ting. That's my, what are those called? I don't know. A harp. Yeah, that's my impersonation of a harp. Probably should never do that again. Alright. Losing out in your timeout. Okay. Found what they wanted. So, oh, they're so close. Are they going to lose their timeout? Nope. They got it out. Nice. We got a land, not the kind of land I wanted to see, but now we can go ahead and do this. Okay. I want this to land first, so I need that to resolve. Put this here. But first, I want that to get plus up. All attacks. So essentially, we win. Go to game 3. I mean, there is black, so they could have board wipes and kill spells, but I've only seen elves. Well, we have a kill spell. In the last game, we mainly saw elves. Alright. So is this game going to go to time, or are they doing this on purpose? I don't like when people spam your go. It's very much annoys me, and I'll play the timer. So that's why I'm not hitting your go, because it annoys me when it happens. So. Alright, now we have 2 blockers. Problem for them is we have 3 creatures, and each of them can get 3. Okay, yeah. As long as they don't play a blocker, we're going to get shiggy with it. I mean, to get diggy with it. Alright, we're going to call a good game and swing in for the win. You know, this is first strike. I should have pumped this up, but it is what it is. So that's GG's. No matter where they block. That's one. So hopefully we can win in game 3 before their timer runs out. If not, it's still a game. But like, what? You got 20 minutes and they have 10 minutes? That's how much longer they've been just taking and stalling. They're out of timeouts. Did they just lose? Or did they... Oh, alright, sweet. They just lose. Go into game 3. And they're going to have 10 minutes and 16 seconds left to try to beat us. Hopefully we can get a good hand like that again. Well, a good game plan with drawing some nuts cards. I'm going to just in case we get screwed over again, I'm going to add both of these. And cut both of these. Even though I shouldn't, I'm going to be able to settle the wreckage just in case they get overgrown. The reason is we've been getting mana screwed a lot, so I think it's fine to just put in some small good creatures. If we don't get mana screwed, then it is what it is. How do you sideboard for a $250 deck card? Oh, yeah, I'm going to bring this and bring in the variance chance of pulling this one card out of 250. I mean, within sideboarding, you would usually put 2 of a kind of a card, sometimes the full play set. Usually you go 2 or 3. For the reason I say that is you have 15 and you're so limited, so half a play set is usually a good place to go. But I think Razor Cola is going to use up all their time. Oh, are they trying to just pull a Shanky's win out of me? That's that why. Go ahead and fast forward, if you haven't already, to when we actually get to the gameplay, if we get to the gameplay. And hopefully they don't just scoop and let us finish up the game. Free win is a free win, but I want to try to earn it. So go ahead, fast if you want to still watch this video to see what happens. Fast forward. Oh, victory! 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 Alright, we're going to go into game 3, and then we're probably going to end the video for today. I really appreciate you all watching. I'm going to claim the 50. Alright, let's jump in to Fairy judging us. If it's against Cola again, we're just going to exit out and we're going to try to play somebody else. I know a lot of people playing Historic best 2 out of 3 right now. Alright, you know what? We're going to try to go ahead and do best of 1. See what happens. Go. Alright, best of 1 with the counters. This deck is pretty neat when it can go off, and it has the ability to set itself up, and with about 1 to 2 cards. So it's a weird aggro combo deck. The reason I say aggro combo is it depends on 2 or 3 cards setting up together to just put you in the game win. But if somebody can cut a piece or 2 of the together, the combo essentially, then the deck kind of falls apart. Some pieces can just win on your own. So, okay, we got our red, we got our white, we got our green. We have a way to play 1, 2, and wait till our 6. So we're not going to be mana screwed theoretically, and we're able to play things out. A blue deck, so now counters. Oh, just essentially going to probably play a blue aggro deck, which is interesting. We're going to play our tap land, Ranger class, and then we're probably going to upgrade Ranger class, or level up, I should say. And since they're playing an aggressive deck, they did leave 1 mana open, but I don't think there's a 1 mana counter for this. Could be wrong. I should probably play Aspiring, but I want to go ahead and get Rangers class out on the battlefield now, since they're a counter deck, so we can at least get upgrades whenever we attack. Okay, so we're going to be able to hit them for 3. Let's get out our red source. Because we have another one of white. Yeah, we have another white source there. Let's go get a red source out. And then upgrade. So we're heading over 3, which even things out. They still have the advantage because they're able to get us down to set 15 quicker than we can get them down. Okay, that's another flyer. So they have a blocker. What do you think about this? Hornworth grows things. This doesn't have a reach. This grows things. Now I'm going to go ahead. Get out another. Do I want it double green or? I don't want to get green. Go ahead and play that. And I'm not going to Yeah. Get out as much damage as possible, essentially. So with getting out as much damage as possible, I played all the bodies I could. With playing all the bodies I could, I know I can't block them, but I can at least race them quicker than they can race me. Yeah, unless they have some stuff with flash, which are theoretically with them being blue, there's flash afoot. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a white source. I want this jelly out to be able to get it and upgrade it as much as possible, but I might want to play another thing. But no, I'm just gonna play this at the 4. Because this thing, when it dies, it comes back. So I'll attack with the whole team. And we'll go ahead and make this bigger. And we win theoretically next turn. They don't have any decline. We're going to keep the death touch counter on it. And we're going to grow the ooze. So trying to win next turn. They have 3 blockers. So whatever happens, happens. Did they just give us the win? Thank you, opponent, I guess? We're still going to put this on here just in case they have shenanigans, but I don't know what kind of one-mana shenanigans they can do. Good game, I guess? And let's even... Yeah, let's ninjutsu and Ninja Turtle. Ninja Turtle. Raphael, go out! Hey, Michaelo! I'm Mikey! Alright, well that was 3 games. We were able to be victorious in all 3 of them. That one went pretty darn quick, but I do appreciate you all watching. I'm at home. Just a moment. Welcome to the Cryptic Commander. Very much appreciated it. You all watching and sticking around. You can find us here on YouTube. We are proudly sponsored by North Valley Games, where you can go to North Valley Games and save 10% off your orders. We're sponsored by the Hobby Goblins. We're partnered with Magic the Gathering Player Group on Facebook and Cosmic Gaming. Thank you very much for watching, y'all. We truly appreciated it. Go ahead and comment down below what kind of decks you like to see to try, or any kind of comments you'd like to share with us. We truly appreciate it. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video on any platform you like to share it. And then go ahead and check the Cryptic Commander podcast anywhere you can listen to podcasts. Anchor is a really great way to listen to podcasts, by the way. Anyway, thank you for playing. This is your host, Luna, signing off.